Welcome back to the best game that'll ever exist in the history of video games. I'm going to the last level. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This is too loud, dude. All right, we've called that. That's we've saved it here. We've saved it here. Let's go. So recently, I've been finding it difficult to make a video. Just for myself, I guess. You know, I've been finding it difficult to just do what I like in a video. I don't know why I've been finding it difficult. That should be really easy. That should be like the default, and like you should try to do the other thing, but I'm weird. And I also like doing, you know, the bad thing. So is it even bad to make videos for yourself? Not really. I think you should always make videos for yourself, but sometimes I get caught up in like trying to make something like that other people will enjoy, you know? Specifically to like, I don't know. Not just for growth, but just because I like making other people happy with my stuff. But it's hard sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just want to make something that no one else will like, and sometimes your computer just lags because why not? When running Lego Star Wars. But the thing is, man, I don't know. That's what this channel is for, I guess. If you want to see more produced stuff for everybody, go to the other one, but this is just for me and my friends to fuck around with. Have you guys ever done something for just so long that it just becomes impossible to do more? I mean, that's kind of sometimes how I feel about Let's Plays, but more so how I feel about my current job. But yeah, that's not to say that my job is bad. It's actually just more to say that I'm bad. My brain is bad, you know? Not really, but it's the way like my life currently works, I guess, is it would be nice to be able to work from home and also to be able to make more money. Those two things would be a good change. And I feel like usually that's hard to do, but I've been able to do some web design ventures in the past, and I think that might be able to get me kind of like a freelance position. And I think from that, at least according to my calculations, I should be making like around twice what I make per year currently. Working for, oh hell yeah. No, I forgot about this, dude. Holy shit, they dance. Dun dun dun. Thanks, man. Thanks. Now get out of here. Now I don't want to see you here. No, get out of here. Oh, get the fuck out of here. So if that would work, that would be nice. If that whole plan would go smoothly, but honestly, right now I'm not sure how well it will go. But in the spirit of things, I guess that is to say, you'll never know if you don't try. So I think I'm just gonna give it a go when I can, and I'm not gonna like I'm not quitting my job without guaranteed work. I guess that's the best way I can put it. I'm not going to try to bail yet if I don't have to, or if I can't really, because you know, I do have money saved up that I could live off of for like a month or something, or a month or two if I needed to. But it's more so about I want to save money for the future, and if I can just continue making money steadily throughout the entire process, that would just make everything so much easier. Because I don't know, I have goals and desires. One of them specifically is to go down to Texas to see a bunch of my amigos in the summer. I don't remember exactly when. I think it's in August. Pretty much late July and into August. I'm pretty sure that's when I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna try to make videos out of those, and by that time I'm gonna try to have a laptop and everything to edit on. So yeah, I need money for things if I can get it. And if that means working a job that doesn't necessarily satisfy my full needs currently, that's what I'll do, and I'll accept that. You know, sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to do, or you know, just to live. But that's okay. Oh yeah, I gotta build this. I I've been working at this job for about 3 years now. I think it'll be 3 in a few months. But yeah, it was my first ever job, and I'm thankful for having the opportunity to get it. Um, it's just more so about like, you know, I mean, you're not supposed to stay with one job forever. Like most people leave their first jobs relatively soon, and so I think it's honestly surprising that it took me so long to try to make this decision. But I think it's a positive one. I think it's a very positive one if it can succeed. I felt the same way because I bought a new car recently as well. And that's another reason why I need like some good quality sustainable income. But alongside that, I just like I get real nervous when it comes to doing anything with money. Um, Not super nervous, but like nervous enough to where like I don't like spending a bunch of money at the same time because I'm like I'm not really worried that I'm gonna lose it all, but it's like oh shit, I forgot that gave me bombs. It's not like a realistic fear that I'll lose it all, but it's more so just like an anxious like, oh fuck dude, this could happen at any time. And I think it stems from the fact that I used to be really bad with money and I would spend it impulsively. And I think now it's just like ingrained that like my money could disappear at any second now. And it's not logical. It's just because of the dumb habits I had with spending. Web design has always been one of my passions, I guess. And so I mean not really web design in general, but I guess the act of design has been one of my favorite things in the past few years. And yeah, I wouldn't say that I have a huge talent for it. I'd say that I have like a growing talent for it. And one that will pretty much just continue to grow with experience and stuff like that. I never really want to say that I'm good at something, even though like at some things I feel like I have decent ability, just because like I feel like there's always so much more to cover when it comes to progress like that. Like I think that some of the stuff I've made looks visually appealing, but I think like it's in some cases miles behind some really fucking cool stuff that I've seen. And I don't know. A lot of my inspiration just comes from interesting things that I've seen around the internet in some form or another. It's honestly interesting because I was talking about it on a podcast on the idea board, but I get a lot of my inspiration for like things that I want to design from like just colors that I play with while I'm making websites and stuff. Because you know there are some cases where it's like, oh, what colors should I use for this, and then you just test out color schemes and all that. And it was very fun to do that. And it's as a web designer that I've learned how many people like how many different colors. I think like in certain cases there are like there are like very neutral colors that people will kind of universally agree on, but I've had to ask people a lot for like input on things that they saw in my web designs, and pretty much all of the negative feedback that I've received has been about colors. I mean there are other cases of not colors, but for the most part people are just really specific about colors, and I am too, don't get me wrong, but it's honestly interesting how like much of a variance it can hold, because I don't know, every single person that I've brought up the idea of a green hoodie for, oh shit, I'm bad. There's been this green hoodie that I've wanted to make for I don't know, maybe a week now, a week or two. Kind of like the first thing that I found, like, hey, because I have just a general interest in clothing design, but I had no specific ideas until recently. And I don't know, the first idea was a green hoodie, and just with a kind of a simple graphic on it, nothing too big, but I like simple things. So when I can combine two colors that I like in a way that looks visually appealing to me, I'll do it. And I don't know, sometimes like so many people have said that they don't like that color green, but just to me, it's like one of the most attractive greens I've ever seen. And it's not even like green is like my most favorite color, or at least it wasn't until I found this green. And I don't think it's like my top favorite because I've always liked greens and blues, but it oh shit, I forgot about this. It's just interesting to see how many people have how many different opinions, and just how different a lot of people's opinions are from mine in that respect. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just a little bit of it's a lesson to learn for me, I guess, as a web designer, as an amateur, because in a lot, like when I make mock-ups and stuff for people, I usually use what I would think, or what I think would be attractive. And when it comes down to people wanting things, I'll definitely like budge. Like, of course, as a designer for somebody else, you need to move when they want things changed. For example, there are products that I've been developing at work that I've gotten feedback on, and it's been pretty negative, I guess, for like, you know, a project that I've done. It's been kind of negative, and I have to deal with it, you know. It's like, you have to understand that you're not going to be the best at everything, even though you think that you might have some skill in an area. It's always I guess it's always kind of comforting in some odd way to know that there's just like a whole different perception of what you're doing out there. I don't know. That's the best way I could take it. I don't really like to take criticism in a negative light, because if it's criticism, it's not really meant to be negative. It's meant to just kind of help you find your direction. And I think a lot of people, including myself at times, can take criticism generally negatively. I don't know. It's been a dilemma. It's been a dilemma on my mind, but it kind of loops into the whole discussion, because the websites I'm designing are for my current employment, and once I can release those, then I might be able to get some decent web design positions. But I'm not sure. Like, I was confident in the fact that they were decent, but now I'm not so sure because of the feedback that I've been getting. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to work more on it, and that's perfectly fine, honestly. It's like, it might be a little bit mundane what I do, because I don't always get to do web design at my job. It's like kind of a rare thing. Most of my week is compromised by other activities, but the ability to do it as a job is pretty cool, and like, I shouldn't be complaining at all. And it kind of sucks that the projects that I've been working on might end up entirely differently than I planned, and that might not really work as good on a resume. But it might be me and not them, you know? Like, personally, they're making a website. Well, see, in my eyes, they're making me make a website that I think is less visually appealing. However, I don't know if that's just me, you know? I think I'll ask some people, like, which one do you think better of at the end, just to make sure, like, I don't know. I wanna give people what they want, but in some cases, like, I'm not sure if that's, you know, the best thing to be putting on a resume at all times, just because, like, in terms of ability, I feel like I could do a lot more. Like, I feel like I have the potential to make something that is better. What the fuck is going on? They're having like they're just beating the shit out of each other. That's hilarious. It's just been a stressful process overall, because I kind of just want to be able to put it on my resume, and it's just taking a little longer than I anticipated, which is alright. But it just means that I have to deal with a situation that I enjoy less just for a little longer, which is okay. I feel like just working with your passions is always going to... I just feel like it would be the most worth my time, you know? Kind of like a cross between a job that's normal, as one would say, and a job that's creative. Because usually when it comes to creative jobs, people like to be like, that's not a real job, you know? Like, what do? You think of things and you fucking make them? You're an idiot, you know? I don't know. That's not what people actually say, but it's one of those societal things, you know, where it's like if you're not a big CEO boss, and if you're not a working class, like if you're not going on the construction workers, then you're not a real human citizen. That's not a... It's just like if I have this opportunity and I can take it, I'm gonna love myself and it's gonna be so good. That's just really the gist of it. So yeah, hopefully I can do all that shit sometime soon. Oh, okay. Don't hit me. Fuck you. Hello. There we go. Okay. So yeah, hopefully in the next week I should probably have like a hoodie out, because I'll just spend the day researching colors and shit. And you know, when it comes to things like this, people like to doubt me, and I understand that. I get that. But I think the most important thing is that I kind of like explore what I truly want to do, and I just follow the path that seems right to me. And be realistic about it all, I guess. You know, that's the important thing. That you don't kind of let your dreams completely cloud your vision, but you still do things that are, you know, for you, and you still do things that make you happy, because you know you deserve it, dude. You deserve it. But honestly, for real serious, I think it's gonna be a good time. It's just a little bit stressful right now, you know. That happens to us all. We go through our stress. But some of us like to make Lego Star Wars videos, and that's how we let it out, you know. And it feels good because now I don't even think that really what I talked about was much of a problem, because all I have to do is wait and push it through and get there. So yeah, thanks for watching my new Lego Star Wars video. This has been real. Thanks for looking at my video. It's been what do I call myself now that I'm part of the Squidbillies? Do I call myself Squidman Stew? Squidman Stew? No, I'll call myself Liam. That's much of a better idea. So bye.